ABC, it is old metal rocker 65 here with episode number 4 of To the 7's. Yeah, I'm showcasing all my 7-inch that I have covers, and I've been collecting over the years, been getting some from people, been buying a lot, and so we're going to get down to the last piles in the S's to the Z's. So we're going to start off here. I found this actually up in Fargo, to be honest. And was going through some 7-inch record bins, and I came across this. Most of it was crap anyway, but I came across the striper here. Honestly, and they're actually both tracks from it, To Hell with the Devil, so everybody should know that album. So anyway, here's some striper. And then we have, let's see here, I think we're kind of mixed up a little bit. Just gotta find where I ended. There we go. I just had to turn them a 45. So anyway, some Subsanity. I believe that's what this is. Subsanity. Yeah. Subsanity. Some thrash. Kind of a mini EP of sorts. Local or Logic Plague. 3 actually. 5 tracks. Logic Plague, Condition, Belief System, and God Slut. And B-side is Exaction of Lobotomy and The Plague. From this band here. Open it up for you. So, just black vinyl, so need sleeves. And then this is a really hard 7-inch to find. I don't know if you're even going to find it out there nowadays. When I started getting into the band was when they first started to come out with their first album. And this 7-inch is off of that album. They were out of Canada at the time. They have since relocated. At least the husband and wife have relocated to Norway or Sweden or Finland. One of them 2 countries where they now reside. They're still doing music. And this 7-inch, I got lucky and I found it over at Shadow Kingdom Records. And Shadow Kingdom was their label at the time. And I found this over there. It was the last one ever over there. Quite rare. I'm not even sure how many of these were ever pressed. Here it says 323. I had 319. So they were getting down there. And it is Smolder, The Sword Woman. Of course, that is with Sarah on vocals. Of course, she also does interviews for Banger Wreck Banger, and is the lead singer for Smolder. But yeah, this is very hard to come by, and it's in mint condition, at least when I got it. So it's in VG Plus condition, but yeah, this is a rarity here. Highly collectible nowadays. You can find it. I'm sure it's worth a lot of money though. So Smolder, yeah, the 7-inch from Smolder. And then we have some Samson, Life on the Run. Pop this out of here. Look at it. So yeah, Samson, I mean, it's beat up a little bit, but what do you expect? And then here is the inside of it. Of course, it has Life on the Run, Driving with Z, and Walking Out on You, and Bright Lights. So it's a double 45 set. Very cool. So also needs a new sleeve. So yeah, we'll get her later. And then we have I'm trying to read this, hard to read this. Something Force. Satanic Force, that's what it is. Satanic Force. Pain, Sex, and Rapture. On the Hamas Records label. It's on thru vinyl. I don't even remember exactly where I got this. You know, some of these I buy because they're limited. And then, well, you actually get a sticker. Mamaska Records, that's what it is. Of course, a little bit of liner notes, so very cool. Sure, it's probably Melodic Death, or it's Speed Thrash, or Death Thrash, which I love. I don't like death, but I love Death Thrash. Explain that to me. And then we have these Sabatons, which when they first came out, nobody ever knew about them. I knew about them. I do a lot of searching for bands back in my early days, just like I do nowadays, ever since I started collecting music. And Sabaton was one of those bands that kind of was an acquired taste, kind of like the vocals with Motorhead with Lemmy, and then the vocals with Chris Bottendall of Gravedigger, and there's a couple others that, you know, it takes a while. There's the lead singer of Cryptos. His vocals take a while to get accustomed to. They're kind of harshy and growly, and kind of like this, but not as bad. But even before they were big, I knew about them, and some of this is a bit later on in 2021, actually, from Nuclear Blast. Sabaton, Defense of Moscow. I saw these guys in concert with Iced Earth and Corrosion of Conformity, and wow, what a concert. These guys actually were better than Iced Earth, and I've seen Iced Earth a number of times. These guys are excellent. Check them out. Different colors again. And then a band that came back to life here a number of years back. I got to interview them on my Metal Uprising show when I was doing radio. These guys are out of Florida, and hopefully they're safe and from all the hurricanes that happened down there. I know some bands really took it hard. Nasty Savage was looking for some donations to help because they lost everything in the flood of Milton. So yeah, it's bad. But this band, Siren, Metro Mercenary, this is one of their first 7-inch they've ever put out back in their early days. This has since been re-released, but anyway, it's red vinyl, great band. They're still out there. They're still putting music out. Great music. Again, unique vocal styles. I mean, once you hear him and you know his vocal style, you'll automatically know it's Siren. So anyway, good stuff. Some new wave of traditional, more epic though. Sordid Blade. And this is out on Nameless Grave Records. But good stuff here. Black vinyl. Again, this is more epic metal. And then we have a band out of Germany, new wave of traditional heavy metal. I have like 4 of their albums. In fact, I believe it's 4, 3 or 4. Let's see, hard to remember. Anyway, the band is called Stallion. And this came out in 2014, number 536. So there's probably 1,000 maybe 750 of these out there. I'm not sure if you can still get them, but anyway, the A side is 24/7, and the B side is Flame of the Show, which was written by Warrant. Black. So some Stallion from Germany. And then we have Stealth with Death Patrol on 7-inch here. Good stuff. And then we have some SOD, Stormtroopers of Death and Deftones. It's kind of a split from 2015 on the Megaforce label. It's got Stormtroopers of Death with milk and Deftones with milk. So, a split. And then we have a band out of the Great Northwest. I'm trying to think of who they become now. I just can't think of it right offhand, but the band is called Solicitor, female fronted, with Amy Lee Carlson on vocals. I know they changed their name. I do have most of their music. God, I wish I could remember it. But that is black vinyl there, of course, you can see. And this one I did not open, but anyway. And then we have some Saber, Strike of the Witch on 7-inch. This is on the Church's record label. Of course, that would be Church. What's his name? From Haunt. Anyway, Haunt's. It's his label. Trevor Church. He put these out. Good stuff from Saber. And then we have some Black Hooves from Savage Master. Got Black Hooves on A side and Swords and Tequila, an old Riot tune. On B side, of course, there's actually, I do have two versions, sorry. I put them all in one, so. Color, this is black. Both are black. So there you go for Savage Master. One signed, actually, that's why. This one is autographed by the band, or by, I believe it's Stacy Savage, yeah. Leave it out for now anyway, so. There you go, Savage Master. And then we have some Tigers of Pantang. The story so far, limited 3-track, 3 singles. Love Tigers of Pantang, especially the early stuff. And the later stuff is really good too. Their last one is really a good album. And then we have some Pat Travers, Push Yourself on red 7-inch. Out on Cleopatra Records. This was this come out of Canada. It's got Push Yourself on the A side and Full Spectrum on the B side. So check out Pat Travers. And then we have some Thin Lizzy. Thanks to Mr. Waters, I got Cold Sweat, 2-record pack. Good stuff. And then we have Do Anything You Want To from Thin Lizzy. And just the two of us as a B-side. So what is that? It's on the Vertigo label, so very cool. And then we have some Triumph, Just One Night, off of the Sport of Kings album. Love some Triumph. And then we have some 3 Inches of Blood with Call of the Hammer Live. And Bob Wayne with Everything's Legal in Alabama, a split. God, I've had this for a long time. Some of these I've had for a long time. A band that came across probably about a year ago, maybe a little more. More traditional, new wave of traditional heavy metal band is called Trader. There's a number of Traders. And it's called, might be a split, let me check. I really never got into detail with this. Yes, it is. Sacrificial Blood. Side A is Beware I Live in Hellraiser, and side B is Weapon X. So, yeah. Very cool. So there is some Trader. And picked this up, I think last year. I think I got this on a splatter vinyl, limited edition, The Sweet, Fox on the Run. The splatter, you can see that, it's kind of a purple-black splatter. Then we have some Them, Back in the Garden Where Death Sleeps. And then we have some Twisted Sister, Leader of the Pack. Then we have a band out of the 70s called Toad. Purple Haze, Jimi Hendrix is their side A. Toad, just a good 70s hard rock band, maybe a little psych at times, but killer stuff from Toad. Then we have, remember when these came out, probably, let's see, what year was this? Many years ago now. It's been over 12 years ago these came out, and it came off of the Native Blood album. And these are from Testament, Native Blood. I mean, the covers are all the same, but the colors, or the covers are the same, the colors are different, I believe, in each one of these, if I'm not mistaken. I'm almost positive. Yeah, this is orange. And I believe this one is, that one is black. So yeah, they're all different colors. So, but I've had these for a while now. I'm not sure if you can still get these, but I got 4 of them, 4 Testaments from Native Blood album. And then this is a split. This is on the Atomic Fire label, which is a fairly new label, been around maybe 3-4 years, if that. The first is Primal Fear, Another Hero. And then the B-side is Udo with, let's see, what is it? What is it? Just football, I think. Touchdown, with Touchdown, so. And it is just black. And then one of my all-time favorite bands out of the 70s, and probably in my top 8 of all time, UFO. This is a Japanese pressing of UFO, Unidentified Flying Object. Some of the early UFO. And then I have The Coming of Prince Kajuku off of the early UFO albums. Not sure if it's off of 1 or 2. And then we have Lonely Heart from UFO from Chrysalis. It's from off of The Wild, the Wailing, and the Innocent. And then we have Too Hot to Handle, UFO. And the last one here I have is Couldn't Get It Right. Need more though. That's what I have for UFO. And then we have, getting down there a little bit here, we have some Virginia Woolf, Waiting for Your Love. Both A and B are the same track. Waiting for Love and Take a Chance, actually. There are two different tracks, I guess. It says both are the same, but I don't think they are. Virginia Woolf. And then we have some Whitesnake with Standing in the Shadow on the Liberty label. And then we have some Vow Wow with Cry No More, Japanese heavy metal, and Sign of the Times. I need more Vow Wow, especially on 12-inch. Hard to find, especially around here. Where I live is basically country western. You go up into Fargo, that's predominantly the music they listen to up there. I mean, very, very few rock bars up there. It's just a bad scene up there. I don't even go up there anymore, but anyway, Vow Wow. And this one here is the first 7-inch I ever got when I started collecting vinyl again, and this is one of the first ones as far as a 7-inch, or a 45 as you purists like. Victory Flag with the soundtrack to Your Miserable Life. From here, my first one I ever got. Well, when I started again, but I can remember back in the 60s, my folks used to own a restaurant out on a lake. And every time they would come to change the jukebox with new music, I would be there and I would get some of those 7-inch, and most of them were crap back then, you know, but they were still good to me when I was that young, but I would never buy them today. It was all country western and pop stuff like K, Sarah, Sarah, you know, stuff like that. But anyway, Victory Flag, yeah, one of my first when I started buying vinyl. And then we have some Vardis with Silver Machine. Some 70, I think it's 70s or 80s. 1981, 80s metal. And then we have some Vulture on 7, Beyond the Blade. I have number, I think, 26 of 333. Of Vulture. And yeah, I got all their stuff, limited no matter what. Killer Thrash, more speed metal. These guys are more speed metal orientated. Great stuff. Check them out. I highly recommend it. And then we have some Vulture's Vengeance. Some more. It's hard to really see this cover. I mean, the colors are horrible. Whoever did this needs to be redone, if it ever is. But Vulture's Vengeance. New wave of traditional heavy metal. Kind of obscure to most people. And then, of course, some classic Van Halen with Oh Pretty Woman and Happy Trails. Radio staples. I do like Van Halen every once in a while. And then we have some thrash from Warbringer, Living Weapon, and We Are the Road Crew. Killer stuff, thrash, love thrash. And the band, I believe these guys are out of New Jersey. Band is called White Hornet, I came across. And 7-inch, Condemned to Hell on side B, and White Hornet on the other track. And then on side A we have Going Straight to Hell and Satan's Arrow Strikes. So, you can see that there, but some White Hornet, heavy metal. Getting down there here, guys. I got like 4 left, 3 left actually. Then here's another split from Witch Hazel and Spell, Chain Yourself, and New World. Witch Hazel has that 70s sound going on, as well as Spell is more, I think they're more, a little more progressively sounding, but still retain that 70s vibe. And then we have some Yes, Saving My Heart. And last 2 of episode 4 and the final episode, it is from Azul, Through a Glass Darkly. Azul. They are not doing any material as far as I know right now. And then I have, of course, Azul. Good stuff from Azul here. Check them out. Not many albums out, but what they do have are killer. And so, guys, hope you enjoyed that mini episode number 4 of To the 7's. So anyway, guys, if you got any comments, leave them below. And as always, say, keep it loud, keep it heavy, keep it metal. We'll see you next time, and rock hard.